Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up because this is one of those rumors that could really shake up the NFC West and honestly the entire NFC playoff picture. The buzz is swirling around a potential trade involving Hutchinson, the star edge rusher from the Detroit Lions, and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I know what you're thinking, Hutchinson. Why would Detroit trade away such a talented player? Well, the rumors suggest that Detroit might be open to moving Hutchinson in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. This isn't just a rumor for the sake of it. There's some solid context behind it that makes it worth considering. The Lions, currently sitting at 6'4", have a cap situation of around $21 million, and they're actively trying to navigate their roster to stay competitive. Rumors indicate they're focusing on extensions for Jared Goff and bolstering their offensive line because their offense, which averages around 29. 2 points per game, has been inconsistent. They're also trying to shore up their defense, which, while holding opponents to about 21. 6 points per game, struggles a bit on third downs, allowing a 36% conversion rate. That's a big red flag for any team looking to make a deep playoff push. And let's not forget, the pass rush has taken a hit recently, especially after Marcus Davenport went on IR with a shoulder injury, adding some overburdened pressure on their existing edge rushers. Now, that's where it gets interesting for the 49ers. Hutchinson is a guy who embodies that relentless, disruptive edge presence that San Francisco has relied on for years, especially when Nick Bosa is healthy and wreaking havoc. Hutchinson, in just 4 years, has already made a name for himself as a top-tier pass rusher, racking up over 100 tackles and 30 sacks in his career so far. His PFF grade hovers around 87.0, and he has a win rate of roughly 25%. He's not just a guy who accumulates stats, he's a game changer. In 2025, he's shown he can be a dominant force with 7.5 sacks, 21 combined tackles, and 56.5 yards for loss in just 10 games. His pressure rate, with over 120 pressures, shows he's consistently in the backfield, creating chaos. Hutchinson's style is very much like a lion, aggressive, relentless, always hunting. And that's exactly what the 49ers need right now, especially with Nick Bosa currently sidelined with his own injury. Hutchinson's addition could immediately bolster the pass rush, potentially adding around 10 sacks to the team's total, which would be huge for their playoff aspirations. The impact isn't just about sacks, it's about forcing turnovers, creating pressure that leads to hurried throws, and helping the secondary get those extra stops. His presence could elevate the entire defensive line, making it tougher for opponents to run or pass freely. Let's talk a little about how Hutchinson fits into the 49ers' defensive scheme. San Francisco's defense has been solid, but they've seen their pass rush weaken this season, finishing with a total of just 25 sacks, which is below their usual standards. This dip has been felt especially during critical moments. Adding Hutchinson, who's capable of generating around 10 more sacks, would be a game changer, especially considering he's a player who can win against double teams with his speed and power. His win rate of around 25% and pressure numbers suggest he's an elite edge that can complement Joey Bosa or even help fill the void left by Bosa if he's forced to miss games. And there's more to this story. The Lions, with a defense that allows roughly 22.9 points per game, are also dealing with cap constraints. Moving Hutchinson, who is earning a significant salary, could free up around $12 million in cap space. That additional cap room might be used to extend Goff or upgrade their offensive line, which is vital for their long-term success. But there's a question mark. Some analysts are a bit skeptical because Detroit is also eyeing rising talents like Alan McNeil, and trading Hutchinson might risk a drop in their pass rush from about 120 pressures per season down to around 90. That's a significant hit, and it signals that Detroit might be weighing their options carefully. Now flipping the script to the 49ers, who are sitting at 7-4 with a defense that's been slightly less dominant than in previous seasons. Their total sacks this year are at 25, which is decent but not quite up to their usual elite standards. The addition of Hutchinson could push that number up by around 10 sacks, significantly improving their overall pass rush. Plus, the impact on their third down defense would be substantial, improving from around 7% to over 52%. This means more stops and more opportunities for their offense to operate with confidence. And speaking of their offense, San Francisco's attack has been a bit inconsistent, but their defense has always been their backbone. With Hutchinson, they could create more turnovers and pressure opposing quarterbacks into hurried throws, which could lead to more interceptions and fumbles. This is especially crucial during the playoff push, where every possession counts. His addition could also help the secondary, giving them more breathing room and reducing the pressure on their safeties and cornerbacks. But let's not forget that this is still in the realm of speculation. The trade market for pass rushers is always competitive, and it will depend heavily on what the Lions see as valuable in return. The second-round pick in 2026 is a good starting point, but Detroit may ask for more, especially considering Hutchinson's proven production and potential. Still, the possibility of acquiring such a disruptive force is tantalizing for a team like the 49ers that's always looking to upgrade their roster for a championship run. From the 49ers' perspective, this move would be a statement, an indication that they're all in on pushing for another Super Bowl. With Bosa's injury history and the need to maintain a relentless pass rush, adding Hutchinson makes sense. It's about building that fortress, that mur al-Hadawarada, as they say, creating a nearly impenetrable defensive front that can dominate in the trenches and wreak havoc on opposing offenses. This kind of upgrade could be the final piece to solidify their defense for the postseason. Now, let's step back a little and look at the bigger picture. The NFC is getting more competitive every week. The Eagles, Cowboys, and even the Lions themselves are formidable opponents. 49ers have shown moments of brilliance, but also some inconsistencies, especially on defense. Adding Hutchinson could be the move that takes them from a good team to a dominant one, capable of shutting down the best offenses and setting the tone for their entire defense. And don't forget, the 49ers are no strangers to making bold moves before the trade deadline or even in the offseason. They've always been aggressive, leveraging their draft capital and cap space to bring in the right pieces. This potential trade for Hutchinson fits right into that philosophy, targeting a young, proven pass rusher who can be a cornerstone for years to come. It's a move that could also send a message to the rest of the league. The 49ers are serious about their Super Bowl ambitions. Now, considering the current state of the NFC West and the NFC playoff race, this kind of addition could be the difference maker. The 49ers are already a strong team, but in today's NFL, having that elite pass rusher can be the separator during high-stakes games. It's about that relentless pressure, forcing turnovers, and giving your secondary the confidence it needs to lock down receivers. Hutchinson, with his aggressive style and proven production, could be that X-factor that pushes San Francisco over the edge. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the trade actually happens, and whether the Lions see the value in moving Hutchinson now. But for fans of the 49ers, it's an exciting thought, adding a young, disruptive force to a defense that's already been good but could be great. It's the kind of move that could define a season and help them chase another Lombardi trophy. And in the NFL, where every game can change on a single play, having that extra firepower on the edge can be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. So as we wait for official confirmation, keep your eyes peeled, San Francisco fans. This story isn't just about a potential trade. It's about a team that's always hungry for greatness. Hutchinson could be the missing piece, the pivot that turns the 49ers into an unstoppable force in the NFC. The division rivals might be watching nervously, knowing that the Niners are not just content to sit back. They're always looking for that edge, that spark, to push them over the top. And if this trade goes through, it might just be the move that cements San Francisco's place as the dominant team in the NFC for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Hutchinson would be the perfect fit? Are you excited about the possibility of him donning the red and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. Remember, this is a team that's always looking to improve, always pushing for that next step toward greatness. And I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. Let's keep that passion alive and prepare ourselves for what could be a historic season. Go Niners!